Okay. First of all, before we go anywhere, because we're not professional speakers and we're volunteers, we missed half our slides. So we just want to show you Kim's food because she's amazing. Actually, both the girls are amazing. Their food's brilliant. We got the... Oh, just bring the whole presentation up. Yeah, and I'll just whiz through it. Okay, so if everyone's got existing food programs in their business, they've got Kickstart 10, whatever you've got, that's great. This is just something that you want to add to that. Okay, you can choose to use it on its own and just stick to one thing and do it well, or you can do whatever you want and mix it all up together. But what we're going to do is teach you how you can apply this to Kickstart 10. So who uses Kickstart 10? Who does Kickstart 10? Only a few? Okay. Where's the slides? Are they up yet? Can we get the slides up on the big back screen? Sorry. Okay, this is Kim's food. This is what she does for her family. This is what she does at events. She's just got a massive passion for it, but every single one of those meals has a balance of 30-60-10. It's just a rhythm and a routine that she has. In the program, let's have a look. You can make your own or create your own. So there's 56 recipes in the program, but we also teach you a methodology to plate up yourself. So it's for people who love to follow a program or for people that want to get creative. Who's the creatives in the room? Hands up. Okay, who's the ones who need to follow the recipe? Okay, so there's always two types of people. When somebody says to me, oh my God, I loved your raspberry lemonade protein balls the other night, Nash, can you give me the recipe? And I go, nah. Because I actually don't know what I'm doing. I just do it organically. And so when we created this recipe book, we had to calculate content, ingredients, we had to put it all together, and it was a lot of hard work for somebody who's very organic and not someone who's administrative. Who's one of the organics in the room? And who's an administrative? Yeah. Okay. We need you. So these recipe cards come in a 4-pack like this on one page, and you just go to Officeworks and guillotine them into a 4. And you can just give the whole page. In the mini ebook that you will get given, there are 2 pages with 4 recipes on each, and that will have a juice on each page, it will have 2 smoothies on each page, and it will have a main meal on each page. So it's perfect for Kickstart 10. And the best part about this is if you want to get really smart, you would give the mini as a gift at an event to get people on the complete. And then when they order the other products and you have a secondary conversation, or if they order everything at the same time, you can gift them the 56-page book. Under no circumstances would you give that book to people straight up without ordering products, because it is an incredible value add. So if you're just giving it away, you're literally ruining the opportunity to actually have products secured. You can do it if you want. We'll leave that up to you, but it's not smart business. Yeah? Okay, who's got a question for the girls? Hey, yeah, just definitely give it as a customer care gift to existing customers. Tamara, can you answer that?
So with a lot of my customers, because as my customer base grows, I don't have time to baby them all. So I just get them to learn that methodology. I give them the book and then I just let them go. Like, they can always come back and ask me questions. But if they can just follow those principles, I know they're going to be fine, no matter what they choose to put on their plate.
Sorry, you might cover this in the book, but just in terms of the 30, 60, 10, what does that look like in quantities? Like if I'm preparing dinner, like what does 10% fat look like? Do you cover that or?
I might. Okay, this is how I learnt it, and I find it's probably the easiest way to do it. And this is what helps me be the real create your own in it, because I think sometimes you're plating up for 3 or 4 different people's tastes. I don't know, as mums, one kid will eat this, one person won't do this. So this is what I kind of learned. So your palm size of your hand, that's your 30% protein. The thickness is also the size of your hand, because your stomach is this big. You need to eat 2 fistfuls of food, to actually get the stretch receptors happening. So 30% protein, this palm size, is plenty for portion. And this is why people don't have to weigh, they don't have to count calories. This is listening to how your body is. 10% fat, put those fingers together, and 60% plant-based carbohydrates. So you want a big rainbow, and that's going to add and fill the plate. If, for example, we want to add some starchy carbohydrates in there, all I do is make a fist, and make that as part of the 2 handfuls. So that might be some fish with some roasted sweet potato, a big salad, and avocado on top. As demands are different, so for me, I'm a fat-based athlete. I use fat as a fuel source. I probably have about 30% fat on my plate. So you can adjust to how your body feels. But what you want to do is get people to start to eat to feel light. That's what happens. And most people want to feel light, right? They want to lose a couple of kilos. Get them to really feel the fact that there's a stretch receptors happening. And they've got about 3 to 4 days before that stomach stretch comes back in. That's why 48 hours of discipline, you end up buckling on a diet. That stomach's been stretched out because we're eating plates that are too big. We've got to leave a couple of days for it to come back in. And then you'll start to feel those stretch receptors happening again. The protein and fat that you eat will actually give a signal straight to the mouth, to the brain, that you've eaten. Where carbohydrates take that 20 minutes to get to the stomach before the signal gets back up, and that's why we overeat. Before I did this program, I had no idea that plants were carbs. I just thought carbs were rice, bread, pasta. So it's really important that you really want to teach people to be visual, get them to actually get a small plate, do the little swap outs for people so that they can see. But you won't have to measure your food. There's no calorie counting, but just use your hands to show people. Does that make sense? Cool. Awesome.
Just on that, I wanted to share something amazing. These girls both ate I can share.
Crap. We ate crap.
Ate crap. Before we met them. Tamara would say she ate spam.
No, not
What's
Hungry
that?
Jacks.
Hungry Jacks.
And Vegemite and cheese sandwiches.
No, she used to say dog food?
Oh, do my dog food? Yeah. Cans of soup.
Yes, she used to
Chunky
cans
beef
of
soup.
soup.
Thought I was nailing it.
And even though Kim had been on a health journey and had already lost 45 kilos through exercise, what happened was she didn't feel well. When she tidied up her diet, she actually felt well and looked well and has lived well. Yeah? I just want to put Shani on for a second because we've been talking for about a month. And I just want Shani just to add any value to this as an II and food coach and how she can see this maybe apply, how it could be a good application for her or her team or for her customers.
Absolutely. Are there many people here who have studied at IIN? Just out of curiosity, there's a few. Okay, awesome. I don't know about you guys, but one of the things I found really difficult after IIN was I felt like I had all this knowledge, but I didn't have the business skills, or I didn't have a program or something tangible to share with people. And so what I love about this is a perfect opportunity to give people who are not just health coaches, but dietitians, nutritionists, people who are in the health and wellness space, a great way to complement what they already do as a profession. Because I know for me, had I had this when I first finished IIN, I would have felt really confident starting my health coaching business. And what I love about this model that we have, this industry, is it's just a really smart way to do business. I mean, as a health coach, I could only have so many billable hours in a day. There were only so many people I could coach per week. And I'm finding a lot of coaches or dietitians or nutritionists, like, they're really burnt out because they're like, I physically can't do anymore. And so having this program, like, you just give it to your customers and they're sweet. Like, what an opportunity. So I think this is game changing. I just want to take a moment for all of us to say thank you to Nat, because seriously, so much gratitude. The fact that you've given all of this to the entire Juice Plus community is, like, guys, it's next level. And it means that anyone can do this business, anyone can teach the fundamentals of health. And it doesn't matter if you already have an existing program. You know, a lot of teams here have different programs. This just meshes really beautifully. We're not just telling people to shove products down their throat and they'll be okay. We're actually teaching them fundamental health skills that's really going to change their lives. Obviously, like, you guys are just, like, your hair is just so shiny. Like, you look so healthy. So I know it works. But yeah, this is amazing. I think what this will do for our customers is game changing. Like, this is amazing. Yeah.
And honestly, what we love about it is we don't prescribe to, as IIN coaches, we don't prescribe to any one dietary system for any one population. We don't agree with that. We believe that you can be vegan, vegetarian, paleo, you know, you can be pescatarian in this program. You can be who you want in this program. You choose your protein. So this is why we love it, because now we've got a methodology rather than a program only. We've got a program and methodology. And so it's just something really simple you can apply to your customer base, but it's also a really great way to have conversations. Now, what I've been doing for years is coaching one-on-one, and really going through that program and saying, what's your preference? Where do we, talking to people about, there is no wheat, there is no yeast, there is no gluten, there is hardly any dairy in this program. The dairy is only white and it's good quality. There is nothing in it that can really hurt anybody unless they have a strong intolerance. And then what the best thing about the program is you say, well, then these recipes are not suitable for you. And people know when they read a recipe if it's suitable for them or not. So you can do an alkalizing program with somebody and go green smoothies, green juices, green salads and bone broth at nighttime. You can do a juice cleanse program from this book because there's 8 body tonics in there. You can do smoothie challenges because there's 8 smoothies in there. You can do whatever you want. You can get really creative with it. The old How to Plate Up is actually a resource on the virtual office. It's been there for 5 years, but it's really daggy. I'm so sorry. But the new one will be on there next week, and I'm going to really push for that. So stay tuned, but please use the lead magnet first before you give away the program. But if you want to give the bigger program to people, great. But if you give a big program to someone just on Complete, don't do that. Give them the little one and then have a conversation with them about the bigger program and extra products. Because then you can talk through systems. There's a question up there. Yes?
I don't really know how to ask the question, but my friend's too scared to ask herself. But recently she's just had a lot of intolerances, she can't eat a lot of things, and she's kind of just wondering if there's anything that might have caused it or what she can do to help it, because at the moment she's eating pretty much nothing on a very, very strict diet.
Yeah, I'm going to get Tamara. Look, we both have very strong background in this, but I'm going to get Tamara to answer it because she's an expert.
There's so many things that can impair your digestion, but I find stress is the main one. When we're stressed, and we might not be anxious or anything, it's just if we're busy and we're not sleeping, your digestion is the first thing that'll shut down. So no matter what you put into your body goes, because you're chronically stressed. When you're stressed, your inflammation goes up. You need Juice Plus even more. You need those nutrients even more. I can't stress that enough. And so sometimes it's not even about food. It's about, okay, what else could I do? Which is why Nat's got her rituals in there, like taking time out to breathe, to drink some water. Those rituals, like I have to meditate. I got 4 kids. I have to do those things or I go nuts. So if I'm finding I get bloated and I'm stressed. So that's the first thing I'd recommend is get enough sleep. And when you're eating, I was so prone to multitasking, trying to eat, feed the kids, Facebook, whatever. Now I drop the kids at school and I sit and eat my smoothie bowl and I just sit and I'm like, oh, and I digest really well. So do you want to add anything there?
The other thing is too, when we're eliminating a lot of stuff out of the diet, we don't have any nutrients in the body. When you eliminate, you're lacking, right? So crowd out the cravings. You need to put the nutrition in, but you need a really, really strong focus on alkalizing nutrition. Don't put anything inflammatory in the body. I would suggest the green juices in the recipe book. I would suggest the green smoothies in the recipe book. I would recommend the bone broth, how to make your sauerkrauts. I would drink a really good quality source of water, and I would be really kind to yourself. Usually people have gut problems because they're worry warts. You need to breathe into here. Breathe and know that everything is going to be okay, and it's a state of being and a state of mind as much as it is a nutritional deficiency.
No, we've got one here.
Are there resources in the program to teach us or for us to learn how to teach those things?
Yes, there is.
We've done a video on it, which we'll probably redo because we're all like, we didn't like our bits, but it will give you the verbiage on how we speak about it that you can copy.
I just wanted to say thank you very much for allowing us to have access to all of this because it's very incredible. And I also just wanted to know, with the tribe that I'm in, we have our own health program. And how do we go about, will you teach us today or tell us how to access your program? Is it like a Facebook group or how does that work?
No, this is the best part. So there's an Instagram page and there's a How to Plate Up link, and you click on that link and you go to an opt-in. And you go into that opt-in and you'll get your free ebook directly sent to you if you're a customer or if you're a franchisee. But it will say who referred you, and if it's your name, that customer will come to you from head office. They'll contact you with that customer's details. That's how clever it is.
Amazing. Thank you.
So it's going to be fair across the board. It's not my program. The customers don't come to my team. It comes to the ambassadors. If you want to use the How to Plate Up program, get to know it, ask lots of questions, watch the videos that we're going to be doing for everybody. We already have one video. You can watch it. It's really bad.
Kim nailed her part.
It's on YouTube. We're very critical of ourselves. We're going to redo it. But, we're going to be doing trainings on it. So you'll get lots of online trainings.
Something else that these girls have done, which I think is really cool, is you'll have, Nat was explaining to me, you have little printouts. So you'll have a little printout where you can go to Kmart or your local office works and print out little postcards, or even how much are the magnets from Kmart? $2. You get a whole bunch of magnets made. And so you guys know I'm a big customer care queen. I love looking after my customers. So every time my customers reship, or even when I get a new customer, I send them something in the mail, like a really beautiful handwritten card. Now you're going to be able to print the How to Plate Up recipe cards with smoothies and things like that. And also, you could put a little sachet of Complete in that envelope if they're not on the shakes yet, or you can give them a little magnet so that it goes on their fridge and then they'll remember I should go get some shakes from such and such because I don't have any. So these guys have thought of it all. It is next level.
Yeah, again, thank you so much. I'm currently studying to be a nutritional therapy practitioner. So this is a really good segue to use the two products combined, or the two things combined. I was curious about, you mentioned the events that you've been running, and you've had up to 300 people in a room. Are you running them as how to plate up and then segueing into Juice Plus, or is it the other way around?
That was we called it the 3 systems of health. I can't believe anyone actually came with a boring title like that, you know. But people just came because people brought other people to hear a way to eat better and live better. And we didn't really talk about Juice Plus very much. In those talks, we educated on nutrition, and then we did a very small segment on Juice Plus and just linked the products to the message. We only do how to plate up talks now, and we all do them very differently. Kim's so funny and visual, yeah? She's ridiculously funny, and everyone loves her, so she's got a huge following. Tamara's very science-based, and we can be funny too, can't we, babe?
Have my moments.
And then I just do them as a customer care event, or I do it as an event just to educate on the program and invite people in. So I think, you know, you're going to find it really easy when you've got something so beautiful to give. You really will find it easy, I promise you. And the other question you had, where will the resources be available? On the virtual office, it will be in a file with everything there, and you can just download that and print it. Don't ask me for them. My technology skills are zero. I don't even know how to email properly. So, yeah, I'm not lying. So, yes.
Nat, we've got one here. Up here, up the back.
Thank you. I know it's a really quality problem, but how do you go about keeping really good customer relations and loving on them with 20 plus coming on every month?
Oh, I love that question. Ooh. Oh, that's exciting. So I think the first thing is have goals. You know, who likes getting their customer genealogy every Sunday night? They usually send it to your email. And how many customers do you have? 10 or less? 20 or less? Yeah, 30, yeah. You've got to set goals around this. Like, if you want 10 customers, like, write that down. So when it comes, my customer genealogy comes, I think I want 10 customers. You know, I want 20 customers. Like, set your goals around how the fact you want to get the customers. And then we have an online educational program, which we put in to do customer care in. So we run the How to Plate Up program through that. And we run it with kickstarts as well. So each month we get our existing customers to do kickstarts. And that's the way when we speak with someone, I always say, look, I've got 15 minutes. I would love to run you through the program. And then I just ask those beautiful find out questions like, are you someone that likes to create your own or make your own based on these principles? And then I'll show the sort of recipes that I've created myself. And then I'll use the ones that are in the book. And then it's easy. You can map out a little plan for people. But you really want to just ask them the questions first about, you know, how, what it is that you want to get from the program as well, how much your investment, but then love on them through a Facebook group. Like, I'm massive on that. Like, we have hundreds and hundreds of people in our online Facebook groups. And that way, again, everyone's getting the same message. Do live videos into the pages. I love, like Shani, I love to care on people. Like, it's so fun. And I love to send cheesy videos because it just makes people laugh, you know. Like, I pick up my plate and I film myself and I'm like, what are you eating today? Like, are you doing this? You know, or just like, hey babe, how you going? This is me with a selfie with one of the smoothies. I think you'd really love it. You know, so I'm always trying to bring them back to the truth, bring them back to the fundamental principles, because that's always bringing them back to Juice Plus. And they've got to know that that's the foundation that's driving their health. So I think definitely set goals. You know, the last couple of months, Tam and I have really set goals, but get excited about your customer genealogy. If it only goes up by one person, that's another life that you've changed. And then keep setting goals for it to go further and further. You know, would you guys like a whole page full of customers? Yeah? What's that going to do for your life? It's really massive. And that's what I really believe, that the gift that Nat gave us with this program was the gift of being able to love on other people because you actually match your message.
And these girls actually, because they followed the methodology, they become such strong raving fans that it became their language because it became their vibration. The food they were eating they felt authentic in the speaking about it. Who's ever had a time where you've been really bad all weekend with food, and then on Monday you go to ring a customer and you go, I can't bother. We do go through that. So when they keep jumping on the bandwagon and back onto the methodology, they can quickly grab a quick snack, get back into that, kicking their body up with the nutrition level, and then they feel authentic again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Hi, how you going? Firstly, I want to say thank you because this program definitely resonates with who I am. I'm also studying nutrition and got into it because my son has allergies. But I wanted to ask, are your recipes kind of kid-friendly? Do you like to get the kids in the kitchen? Because for me, I've got 4 kids and they all love to cook. And I would love to do kind of events like you're talking about, but also get kids involved as well. Because I feel like if you teach your children to cook, you're setting them up for life, like really good eating habits. So have you done events where you've had children involved or... Yeah.
So I have 4 kids as well, and my oldest is 11, and so she remembers the old way, the dog food cans and whatever else. But I have brought her to work with me for about 2 years, and she's a helper at my workshop. She'll serve out food. She loves it. And so for me, the more I've got my kids involved and let them choose, because I got really anal with my food and then no one liked me, including my own family. They're like, oh. So I've had to pull back a bit and say, what do you guys want to eat? And some things I just say no, but just let them be involved in the process and keeping it that simple. Like what Kim said, a chicken sausage. Well, I might not do sausages, but just making my meals like 15 minutes. That's all I have time for really, and getting them helping, then I don't have to do it. and making sure basically what my husband and I did to get them to eat the dinner that we wanted them to eat, which was the salad first. We'd give them salad and then we'd say, when you finish that, then you get your main meal. And so now suddenly they're eating salad first rather than leaving it on the plate. Does that help?
Just going back to the customer care question, just a couple of things you could do. When you have lots of customers, I know how overwhelming that can be. It's like, where do I find the time in the day to connect with them all? Create a little group chat with them all. Just ask their permission first, and just say, do you use maybe use WhatsApp or something, or even Facebook Messenger, and create a little group chat that you just throw something in there once a week, whether it's like a YouTube video or a blog that you've read or a really cool recipe. Keep each other accountable. That's a really great way to do it when you've got lots of customers. The second thing you could do is, I don't know if you guys know what MailChimp is. MailChimp is a automated email program. So it's free for your first 1,000. So you could have 1,000 customers and they all get free email flows. So it is, you could put together like a 16-week email flow. They get an email from you once a week, and in there's like a new recipe, or hey, have you checked out page such and such from the How to Play It Up program, or just something in there every week I should say, because every day would be annoying. But and even if that you don't have the time to do that, maybe collaborate with a few people in your team and just go, all right guys, like let's put together 16 emails, and then you can just add your customer to that list, and then they automatically get the email every week, and you guys can use that as a collective. So they're 2 tips you could use when you've got heaps of them, but don't forget, it's important to actually connect with them. They need to hear your voice. So once a month, drop in Facebook Messenger, a little voice message, just say hi, be human. But that's what I do with my customers.
I'll just add one thing to that too, because I do that weekly email, and I just initially, because I can't be babying 20 customers a month, I just can't do that. But I'll make sure the first connection with them is really good. I'll spend 45 minutes going through the How to Play It Up program, making sure that they kind of know what they're doing. And then I'll get them to text me when their Juice Plus arrives. So we're like, woohoo, yay, you're starting. And then weekly emails, everyone gets those, and that's it. Then I just say, if you have questions, you contact me. I'm not going to baby you.
I think the best thing about the How to Play It Up is that it's really self-explanatory. You know, it's really simple. It's just a 3-step process. Teach people about the 3 systems, teach people how to eat for those 3 systems, and then teach people how to supplement for those 3 systems. And then just get really creative around the events that you can actually host. You can do what we do and stand in front of a room, but if you just wanted to meet someone at a coffee shop and just pull out the mini ebook and go through this fun recipes with them, or pull out the bigger book in a shiny, glossy fashion and just say, this is what you get when you go on these incredible products, but we want to give this to you, so, and give you a couple of sachets of the complete maybe to try and play around with this, and I'll follow you up in a couple of days. You know, whatever you want to do. Yeah. It is actually going to be a part of the Life app.
All right, let's share what corporate is going to be doing around this as well. First of all, give these guys another great hand. It's friggin' awesome. Okay, so a few things from a corporate perspective, because I know you're all really excited. You want to get out there and you want to start downloading things and all the rest kind of thing, but I'm just going to frame out what's really going to happen so that your expectations are actually met. First things happening is that we've got an amazing focus group of leaders that are coming together to best be able to roll this out right across our whole Juice Plus community. Okay, so that's awesome in itself. So that's all happening right now. A lot of the resources are coming through. So besides the financial aspect, so this that our Juice Plus corporate are putting in. We're also then working with Nat and the team on being able to create more resources as we go forward from here. So what we're excited about with the focus group is there's the How to Play It Up one, but we're looking at every 6 months building on this, so that there will be contribution from the greater Juice Plus community as well as Nat and the team, because again, with it going out to the whole Juice Plus family, what we don't want is them suddenly to be inundated with requests for, we'd really like recipes about this and we'd really like that, okay? So we're going to be able to create a space where we can have that communication. There will be a Facebook group, a little bit like what we've got with the Kickstart Movement group, just so that for those of you, some of you will go and create your own groups and all that, and that's totally cool. But where you feel that you might not have access to some of the great experts, like some of the people that actually have got some of these answers, we'll have a group where we will have people in there that you can add your customers into, you can be a part of, so that the greater community adds value rather than you feeling you can't do it because you're not qualified enough. I think one of the things with this beautiful system is that first and foremost, it's been checked for compliance. So it's compliant, which is awesome. The second thing is it will be a part of the Life app down the track a little bit. There's more to be done there, but that's another goal, that it will be as part of the Life app as well. And I think the other thing too, that is this is a common sense approach and a common sense program for common sense people. I mean, each of you don't, because some of the questions or statements I get a lot of the time is that I'm not a health coach, I'm not a food coach, I can't teach these things. Really, I think when we heard it's practical, it's very, very practical, so you don't need to be any of those things. However, we will have access to be able to add value. Again, with everything that we do, and this particularly, what I love about this program, and Nat has been amazing with, being really mindful of this. Nowhere in this program will you see us trying to claim or diagnose what this is going to cure. Okay, and that's really, really important, because from a compliance perspective, we need to be really mindful of that. So if you stick to everything that actually has been put together with the rollout plan and everything else that's coming for you, you will find that, you'll be able to add amazing value to people without worrying about whether you're compliant or not compliant. And I know that it's a thought in the back of many people's minds at the moment, just because the current regulatory, I suppose, environment that we're in right now. So I think that's another thing. And the other thing that I see about this is that we actually have an opportunity to create a ripple change kind of thing. Really, we really do. We can kind of do this either person to person. I see Facebook parties or whatever, all happening with this How to Play It Up. We're going to look at being able to add multiple I suppose, extra assets for you, not just the social media tiles, the stuff, practical kits maybe, to be able to have for your events. Things like T-shirts and plates and different things like that. So there's a lot of stuff that's in discussion at this point in time. And so this will roll out, bit by bit by bit. Everything is not ready to roll out today. In fact, most of the books and everything, all the bits and pieces and the changes only got finished the other day. So that's why I just want to frame this for you. We will get what we can up in the virtual office as soon as possible, but we want to make sure that what's there is all right and ready for you to share, which we're just about at to be able to do. But I just wanted to frame that for you. It will be this next week or so on that. What was the other thing that I had on there that we needed to do? Oh, with regards to the lead generation site that Nat referred to, that again, that's something that is coming. That's not already ready to go because most of these discussions really and truly have only kind of finalized in this past week. There was a sense of urgency to be able to present it today, but we're still working on things. So I just want to frame that for you so that you're not all switching on your virtual office tomorrow and hoping that you're able to download everything, okay? Is that okay? It's coming. But is it okay that it's another few days away or whatever like that? Is that okay? Alrighty, it is definitely coming. And we'll put notifications up in our Facebook groups and also via newsletter for you as well. So there will be a website where we can actually as we do more promotion on social media, it'll come through. And there will be an opportunity, and again, on Thursday, I have a focus group meeting with many of our leaders that are involved in this as well, so that we can look at how can we create those people who want to be ambassadors for this program, and how best and most fairly the leads that come in can be distributed if they have not put who their referral partner is. So they just come across it on social media or whatever like that, and they've actually not got a referral partner. There will be those leads that come in like they do right now, and we distribute every single lead that comes to our office from any social media that we do from a corporate perspective always ends up in the virtual office of a partner. Nothing, no sale, even if somebody walks in our door in Newcastle, no sale is kept by Juice Plus Corporate. Everything is always attached to a partner. We've always done that, and we always commit to doing that. Okay. The other thing that we're excited about with this, and this is actually how the conversation started, is in January, has anybody here heard about the Goodness Me box? Anybody heard about that? Does anybody else get it? Okay. Alrighty. So we've been looking at a type of product that we could align with to be able to educate more people about Juice Plus, the product, etc. So in the coming months, we will actually have a sachet of Complete going into every Goodness Me box. Is that exciting? I think it's exciting. With a How to Play It Up recipe card, okay? And an opportunity for them to be able to log on to the website to be able to download, get access to the mini cookbook. So it's an opportunity to be able to educate around that. Hang on a sec. And so what we'll be doing there then is, again, wanting to continue to, I suppose, stretch our reach to be able to add impact, get more and more people to be able to come on the journey from a Juice Plus perspective. Again, every one of those leads will also be given out to our Juice Plus partners. You'll know when. Yep. Yeah, you'll know when. So it's all the product. So that's a huge investment on our part. So all the product is actually, Mick got a photo yesterday. It's all landed at the Goodness Me headquarters with all of the recipe cards. So it's very exciting. So they're just getting ready for that. We're also putting a few other things together to be able to create interest so that we can support all of you in continuing to educate people about Juice Plus. So exciting? Alrighty. I think that was everything that we kind of covered off on that. All right. Can we give it up for the girls again? Absolutely amazing. Alrighty. I'm not going to take too much of your time now because we're getting close to the end of lunch break. And I know I was going to talk about the compensation plan and yada yada and all the rest kind of thing. But I think I headed around the country after we did the release. Who got onto the webinar Saturday week ago? A couple of weeks ago. Actually, 2 weeks today, isn't it? Yeah, you did? Okay. So unless you've been hiding somewhere, you will know that on the 1st of January, we have a couple of things happening. First of all, our pricing structure is just changing just slightly. I love what it's going to be because we don't have to be worrying about your price, plus freight, plus ARO charges and all the rest. So I think that's good. But secondly, who's excited about the compensation plan changes? You excited? I am. Brian is. And that. So we are very, very excited. Again, we're investing massively into this, from new title rewards through to different bonuses, etc. For the most part, the questions I got as I traveled across the country last week were a couple of things. If I'm a sales coordinator today, what do I wake up with as on the 1st of January? If I'm an NMD today, what do I wake up on the 1st of January? If I'm a SDVF, what do I wake up? Nobody loses the position they are currently in. If you're a sales coordinator on the 31st of December, when you go to sleep, you're waking up as a sales coordinator the next day. Alrighty? If you're not sure how that particularly affects you, I want you to book in a call with one of our team at home office. We've got an amazing group there in partner support that will be able to speak to you specifically about where you're at. Does that make sense? Alrighty? So from that point of view, honestly, that's the best thing that I can do to encourage you, is really just to book in some time with them so that they can kind of speak to your particular circumstance. But between now and the end of the year, which is 8 weeks, I'm going to encourage you to look at the program we have now, take advantage of the Elevate program, and really finish 2019 strong, because that's going to set you up for success as you go into 2020. So that's all I'm going to talk about, guys. If you've got any questions, come and see myself or Lindsay over these few times. I think really I wanted to leave time for the girls to talk about how to play it up. So let's get ready for the afternoon session. Thanks, team.